What's up, J fam? Welcome back to my channel. If you're interested on how I did this makeup look right here, while also using milk of magnesia for my makeup base, then stay tuned and keep watching. Starting off this makeup tutorial, I am going to use the milk of magnesia. I'm just shaking it right now before I apply it to my skin, just to make sure everything is nice and mixed in the bottle before applying it to my skin using a cotton pad. My eyebrows are already done, my eyes are concealed, so I'm just going ahead and using this as a primer. Fun fact, a lot of drag queens would use this hack. Also, the Farsali really reminded me of the milk of magnesia, except Farsali is a lot more expensive than the milk of magnesia. But anyways, while that sets on my skin before applying foundation and concealer and powder and all that, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my eyes. I'm using the Morphe 9T palette, and I'm just dipping in the shade right here, and I'm applying that all over my eyelid. Using the same fluffy brush, I'm going in with this shade right here, and I'm going to use it to focus on the outer corner of my eye and then blend it into the crease. Now I'm just taking a smaller brush and I'm taking the white shade into the palette, and I'm going to focus that on my inner corner and blend it upward to the crease and outer corner a little bit. Now I'm just going back in with that first brush that I had in the beginning and just blending out the edges to make sure everything is blended together. And then I'm just taking this dark shade and I'm going to add more depth into my eyes. So that's what I'm doing using this brush here. Now I'm taking a completely different blending brush, a small blending brush. And I'm just going to take the black out of this palette and I'm going to basically follow the end corner of my eye shape just to create more of a shadow and depth look to my eye. Now I'm taking a small clean brush just to blend everything out. Now I'm just going to be applying some eyelashes. These eyelashes are the style 1998. They are by Dwai lashes, DWAI. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I found them on TikTok. I'll definitely leave the link in my description box below. Now I'm going to go ahead and start applying my foundation. This is a little sample I had, so I wanted to try it out. So I'm just taking some and dotting it all over my face. Because I am testing out the milk of magnesia as a primer, I am going to use half of my face with a sponge and then the other half using a face brush. But I'm going to use the sponge on this half. I'm just blending everything out. I love how it's applying. It's going on top of it flawlessly. Looks like I have no pores, no discoloration. It's full coverage. It's super nice and I'm loving it so far. Also, the sponge that I am using is by e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's around $6. It's really affordable. So far, I am loving how the foundation is applying on top of the Milk of Magnesia. I think it's really doing a good job at blurring my skin and making it look even as much as possible, minimizing my pores, and adding a bit more full coverage to my face. So the side that I use the sponge with is pretty much done. I think the only thing is I could have changed the foundation color to a little bit lighter. Maybe a little bit more of a yellow undertone, because this one looks like it's a little too warm for me. But the pores look super minimized. I am going on the other side using a foundation brush, and I'm just pressing it in and just blending everything out. Although the side using the foundation brush is going by pretty fast, I do prefer the sponge more because I feel like the foundation brush is kind of bunching up the product together and rolling it off the skin, which was not really flattering. You had to really press it into the skin. But other than that, I think the skin overall looks great. It looks flawless. My skin looks like it has smaller pores. And now I'm just going in with the next process, which is concealer, and I'm putting that underneath my eyes, my lip, my chin, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose, and just blending it out with the sponge. Now I'm just using some setting powder to set the concealer. My setting powder is a mix of different setting powders, so if you're interested, I definitely have that video included on my channel. Yeah, I'm just putting this everywhere I put the concealer, just to set all the concealer in place. Also, at first I was a little bit skeptical of using the Milk of Magnesia on my skin. I knew I would get a nice base, but I was still nervous because in the beginning it kind of felt hard and super dry on my skin. But once you apply the foundation, it adds a lot more moisture back into your skin, and it worked out perfectly. But now I'm just going in with a foundation powder to go on top of the foundation and to blend off the setting powder that I had. Going back into the 9T palette by Morphe, I am just going to take that light shade and I'm going to focus that on the inner corner of my eye just to make my eye seem a little bit more brighter. Taking that brown shade on the bottom of the palette, I'm just going to use that to focus on the outer corner of my eye on the bottom and just blend it in towards the inner corner with that lighter shade. And then I am taking the black shade and I'm really focusing that on the outer corner and just blending my lash line together. Now I'm just taking my Essence Princess mascara, my favorite mascara of all time, and I'm just going to apply that to my lower lashes. Now I'm just going into my blush palette by Revolution. I love this palette, but I'm just going to take the blush and apply it to the apples of my cheek and then blend it upwards. It was at this moment I knew I messed up because I had forgot to contour. So I'm going in with this powder and I'm just contouring my face just to add a little bit more warmth and structure to my face. Now I'm just taking some highlight. I'm going to apply it to my nose, the inner corner of my eye. My favorite place is the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, and then the high points of my cheeks. Now I'm just taking a brown lip liner. This is the shade Cocoa by KKW. And I'm just going to line my lips and then also fill in a little bit of the corner of my mouth. Now the lipstick that I will be using to highlight the center of my lips is also by KKW. It's the shade Classic Kim, and I'm just going to apply that to my lips. Now I'm just using a eyeshadow brush to blend these two colors together so it looks like it's nice and blended before I add my lip gloss. The lip gloss I will be using is in the shade Blushing Margarita by Buxom Cosmetics. Now I'm just using the Morphe setting spray to set my face in place. But anyways, this is the final look. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and come join the J fam. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.